taking a moment to settle into your space. It might be a comfortable seat or lying down, whatever feels supportive. If it feels safe to close down the eyes, just allowing them to close down gently. Having any wiggles or wriggles that you might need to have, particularly if there's resistance to the idea of just slowing down for a moment. And if it feels safe enough to do so, turn the attention inward. Begin to notice your breath. And no need to change it. Just observe that natural rhythm as it flows in and out. And if noticing the breath in the body does not feel useful today at any time, focus instead on something outside the body. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's a pleasant scent. Maybe you find yourself being able to notice your body against a chair or another surface like the ground. Just whatever aspect of your attention and presence feels safe to focus on. And with each breath, giving yourself permission to arrive right here, right now. And as you breathe in your own time, just imagine that awareness either sweeping through your body or noticing something outside of the body. Allow that awareness to focus in on one thing. There might be a softening of the forehead and the jaw and the mouth. It might be a relaxing of the shoulders consciously. If you might have to give a little shoulder roll and release. And just allow the focus to sweep down the body, or imagine what it would be like to focus in on the body. And releasing the tension from the muscles. Using the breath to release it every time you inhale and exhale. If it felt more helpful, you might be noticing the grounding through the feet or behind your back on a chair behind you. Just let your body with each breath soften against that surface. Invite your mind to quieten down. You might imagine placing your thinking mind gently to one side, like setting down a book that you've been reading. And if your mind is racing or resistant in some way to that idea, if you feel like I'm not capable of resting the brain, just acknowledge that. Gently notice racing thoughts or boredom or distraction. Notice and acknowledge it. And alongside it, notice the breath or something in the room. Bring that compassion that this sort of practice can take time to develop. Notice if it's a particular struggle. There might be a moving awareness that finds easier than stilling the mind and focusing on breath. It might be just I'm swaying left and I'm swaying right. Whatever feels right for you. An invitation now to bring the awareness to your inner landscape. Perhaps there's a doorway inside you, a threshold to your internal space within. Or maybe there's just a light shining on the fact that there's many parts of us today. It might be the first time you've ever thought of yourself as made up of different parts instead of one singular person. Just notice that within you is a meeting place for all the parts that live inside. These parts of us might be very familiar. They might be parts that come into consciousness, that face the world and the environment around us very often. Parts that we lean and rely on frequently, for better or for worse. All these parts might be more hidden, all the way below consciousness, almost forgetting that we have them. Perhaps the parts have been active before and we know that they're there and we can connect with them, but they're just not showing up in our day-to-day life as often as we would like. Parts might be strong or soft, expressive or quiet. We might love them or dislike them. We might welcome them or wish that they weren't part of us. And begin to gently invite all of the parts of you to observe the practice. You might even extend a welcome to all of the parts of you that are here today within you. All parts of me are welcome here. All parts of me are important. All parts of me matter and have served an important purpose. Whether the other parts of me agree with what they do or not, and how they feel or not, let them know that all parts are welcome and important. Just letting the breath be your guide as you extend this welcome to all of the parts of you. Now, slowly beginning to sense one part of you that holds something that you would like to see more of. Perhaps it is the holder of rest. Perhaps it is strength, energy, balance, capability. Perhaps it's the resilient part that so many times has gotten through the things that come up in life, the part that says you've got this. Remember a small snapshot of time where this part was at the front, moving through the world. Drop into a memory with as much detail as possible, as if it is happening right now. Might be one that you've already written down, or something new might come up. And as this part was at the front, notice what is happening right now. How do you feel? How are you moving and acting throughout the world? And if you cannot recall a time, ask the part that is right here, right now, to imagine feeling and acting this way, because it already knows and understands exactly what to do. So you focus in on this one part. Notice, what does this part look like? Does it take your form, the adult part, your face? Does it take a different form? Could be a swirling energy or some other figure. How does this part feel when it shows up in your body? Where does it live in your body? How does this part stand and arrange itself? Is it strong and tall? Is it soft and gentle? Does it stay close to the ground in rest and restoration? If it has a voice, what tone of voice does it use? Does this part hold a colour or a texture? Does this part hold a symbol or image? Perhaps there's an animal that represents this part. Does this part of you connect deeply to ancestry or land or spirituality or something bigger? Or does it simply exist in the present moment? And if it is true for you that this part has a symbol or an image or an animal, notice. Notice where this part, animal, totem, tree, symbol, feeling, or color lives within your body. If you're not sure, just invite the part of you to choose a place to reside within you. The shoulders, the chest, the feet, perhaps in an energetic bubble around you. Invite the part to settle in and be ready to come forward at any moment. Acknowledge this part. Thank it for being here. Know deeply that it can return at any time. There might even be a way you can call on this part, imagining or drawing the symbol, thinking about an animal, pulling a cord or thread that brings it to the front. Take a moment to decide how this part will step forward when you need it. Now shift your awareness. Invite another part, maybe a part that's playful, creative, joyful, spontaneous. The part that dances in your imagination or speaks in laughter. The part that puts itself out there. Whichever part you'd like to meet now, let it emerge without judgment. Remember deeply a time where this part was present in your life, even for a small moment. Notice how it expresses itself, how it feels to give it space in the world. Notice where this part, animal, symbol, feeling, or color associated with this part lives in your body. And again, if you're not sure, invite the part to choose a place to reside within, ready to come forward at any moment. Acknowledge it. Thank it for being here. Ask it to return at any time. Find a way that you can bring that part to mind and invite it into consciousness. Symbol, a gesture, a movement, a memory. Any way at all to reconnect with this part. If you'd like to stay here with this one or two parts, just continue to develop an awareness of the parts, the attributes, the colours, the symbols, the posture, the tone of voice if it has one. Keep tapping it in the mind's eye and breathe. If you want to call on yet another part, call for the part that's quieter, cares for you, is nurturing. Maybe a part that's compassionate, inspired, courageous. Notice if this is a part that watches and remembers, or if it's very active in your life. How does this part move through the world? Using a memory, how does it feel for this part to be present? How does the body respond? Is there shifts or movement? All of these parts are important. Offer this part your compassion. No matter how often this part is here, its presence is enough. And as you sit with each of these parts, sense how each one contributes to your wholeness. There's nothing about you that you need to fix or change. There's no parts that you need to be rid of. But we might lean into the invitation for some of our parts to be more present, more often. As these particular internal resources and parts waken, recognize the wisdom they each bring, the role that they play, their purpose. Does joy or adventure bring freedom? Does self-care bring rest and restoration? Does the inspired part bring thrills or excitement? Does the courageous part move you through challenges or new phases in life? Gently thank them for the wisdom they each bring and remind them that you would like to see more of them as you move through your life. You are not one thing. You are many. These parts are here and always have been. You can call on them at any time, and that is your power. And before we slowly come out of this practice, take a moment with each of those parts and invite them to show you one future part of life where they are willing to show up. Maybe it's tomorrow when you wake up, and that part will show you how it gets out of bed and starts the day. Perhaps you've got something coming up in life or business or work. Allow that part of you to show you exactly how they're going to show up in that space. Allow the part that's going to show up in parenting, almost like a movie that's happening in the mind of the future. How is that part going to show up? How will the adventurous part show up? in small ways or large ways. Take a moment for those parts to open the door and show you what they're going to bring after today. The more time you spend with these parts, playing out the future experiences that you're going to have with those parts in the driver's seat, the more ready and able those parts will be to guide you through the challenges and experiences. And taking a breath in and out, let your breath carry the message throughout your body. I welcome and honor all parts of me. I am whole, and I can choose which parts are here today. Begin now to bring awareness back into your body in this space. Maybe you take a movement, a wiggle of the fingers or toes, noticing the world around you and taking your own time. There's no rush. Slowly surfacing back to the workshop space. Eventually opening your eyes, coming back with gentleness.